That is the only thing getting me through this week. It was disgusting. Oh, I really struggle with overthinking situations. Yeah. To some, this might look like the worst thing in history and be like, why on earth are you eating that? It does look pretty gross. Oh, it's literally sliding off the plate. I'm not gonna mess around with that. I bought oat bran from Coles because I thought it was gonna be the same as Ready Brek, because I have Ready Brek at home. If you haven't had Ready Brek since you were a child, adult self, go get it because it's so creamy and delicious. It's better than porridge in my opinion. But this oat bran's like really grainy. I think it's a substitute for flour, but it does the job. It makes protein oats. And the best way to start your day is a nice sweet brekkie. Am I right? I've now went to the gym for like 20 days in a row. I am absolutely knackered. My body is screaming at me to just take a chill pill, but I take a chill pill at night. My nighttime routine starts about 4 PM. So I need other stuff to do. But I do have a very exciting update to give you. I've got a cup of tea and I'm ready to chat. So over the weekend I spiraled again. I'm sure that's not a shock given what's been happening over the past few weeks. I'm not even getting into it. But basically I'm going home on Saturday. Well, the flight's on Saturday, let me tell you about that. But I am so excited. I truly think being away, even for a short period of time, it could be a 3-week holiday. You do get a newfound appreciation for home, and I wasn't coming to Australia to set up a new life for myself, like, oh, I hate home, I'm buggering off to Australia and I'm never seeing anyone again. That was never the case. I was pretty much just going to kill time for the first half of the year and earn money whilst being here if I could. Like, if I got a job, I'd be like, just top up the savings so that like nothing's really changed, because like the wages are better here, so I'd be like balance myself out and then head home for like I've got weddings and things coming up in the summer. But just from the way the job situation's worked, I can't afford to stay here any longer, and that's that. But it's been nice to experience the West Coast. I caught up with my best friend. I visited lots of different places here, so it's been gorgeous. I'm really appreciative that I was able to do all of this. Obviously, due to the situation in the Middle East, they are running flights via Dubai, and I know they probably wouldn't run the flights if it wasn't 100% safe. But I don't know. There's just something. Like, it was keeping me up at night, and I was like, I can't go that route, so I'm gonna have to go another route. It's more expensive, but I'm not flying through a war zone, so I think I've made a good call. There's nothing that can get in the way of this flight. Like, nothing's stopping me from going home. It's a hell of a flight, but I'm gonna, there's nothing impacting it, so I'm going, and I'm excited to go home. But let me, you're gonna laugh. Let me tell you what this flight is. Leave Perth at 8:20 in the morning on Saturday, so that's quite good because I prefer a morning flight. No hanging around waiting. I just don't like nighttime flights, and it's even worse when you're in the other country having a late flight and you've like checked out your hotel. Don't like that. So we're off to a good start. So 8:20 leave Perth, then it's an 8-hour flight to Hong Kong. Then I've got a 2-hour 40-minute layover, self-transfer in Hong Kong. Crapping myself for that. They've said that all the self-transfers in this flight are doable given the time. So I've got a 2-hour 40 layover in Hong Kong. Then at 7 o'clock I've got a flight Hong Kong to Beijing, which is 3 hours 25 minutes. And then I've got a 4-hour 25-minute layover in Beijing, again self-transfer. Then 10 to 3 in the morning I've got a flight Beijing to Dublin which is 11 hours and 10 minutes. I don't know how I'm gonna cope. Then I've got a 3-hour 20-minute layover in Dublin. I've never actually been to Ireland, so does that count? Then again, self-transfer in Dublin. And then I've got the 10:20 AM flight from Dublin to Glasgow, which is an hour and 10 minutes, and then I arrive into Glasgow 11:30 a.m. It is a very, 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 very long route, and it's going to be a hell of a day, but it gets me home safe. Now, if I'm doing my calculations correct and factoring in like the baggage pickup and drive home, I should have a mole to put in my arms by 1 p.m. That is the only thing getting me through this week. I'm kind of anxious about the self-transfers. The flights that I've taken like more recently have all just been the long flights, but you give your bag when you check in and you pick it up when you arrive at your final destination. Like, they do all the swapping, but now it's on me to make sure my bag comes with me. Anything expensive and that I love dearly will be coming in my carry-on backpack. I hate half my clothes anyway, so if they go missing, they go missing. That's going to be such a stressful day, but it will all be worth it in the end. I'll be home safe and sound, and I'm just so excited. And it's a Sunday and my mum's off work this coming weekend, so she said let me know what you want for your dinner and I'll make it and we'll have a nice little night. And I'm so excited because I've got loads of stories to tell my family about like Thailand and Australia, just from what they've not seen in vlogs and what I've not told them over text and stuff. So it'll be good to like reminisce on the trip and really feel happy and proud of what I've accomplished. There's one thing that's right about me. I bloody love a library. I truly am a nerd at heart. I'm gonna go and get a little coffee from the shopping centre canteen. Canteen, food court area, you know what I mean? Just gonna make the most of the Aussie coffee before I leave, because it's blooming delicious. Money saving hack. If you're out and about and wanting to buy a coffee, you could go to like the actual canteen, cafeteria, food court shops that sell coffee. Or if you walk a bit further down to the quieter part of the shopping centre, you get a coffee cheaper than what you would if you would go to one of these. And it tastes just as good, and it's caffeine, so it does the job. I low-key think I've got caffeine addiction, because if I don't have a coffee, at least 1 or 2, maybe 3 a day, I have a raging sore head. Like last night I went to bed, a pounding headache that I had all day, and then when I had a coffee this morning it sort of dulled it, but then it's just came up again, and I've had 4 of these big hydro flasks. That's a litre. I've had 4 of these of water today, so it's not that. I've been going through the ringer. I've just picked up these chocolate rainbow bubble bars from Aldi. That looks delicious. I think one of my favourite things, sadly, about being abroad is the supermarkets. Like, how exciting is it when like you're going to Spain and you're needing some snacks for your room, like a wee mini fridge, and you take a trip to the Spanish supermarket and all the fruit is so much cheaper because it's not imported, it's actually grown there. That's the case for like the melons and plums and everything here. In my previous vlogs, you'll know, like, I rant and rave about how delicious and sweet and juicy all the Aussie fruit is. I'm really gonna miss that, but I'm gonna do a taste test of these. It looks pretty good. It's just like a chocolate squares bar with like Smarties in it. I do wish I was dunking it in a coffee, but I've had my 1 allowance coffee bought out for today, so I'm just gonna make do with it dry. It's literally a chocolate squares bar, but it's gonna give me the pick me up, which I desperately need right now. So last night I had a bit of heartburn. Weird, because I didn't really eat anything out of the ordinary, and do you know what it might be? That breakfast bar that I showed in the last clip. That's really the only thing I ate that wasn't what I usually eat. So I decided to take a Rennie. I buy the orange flavoured Rennies because they sort of remind me of the Lucozade sweets you used to get as a child. So I'm sucking on the Rennie and I'm like, this tastes kind of weird. Like, I can't put my finger on it. And then I realised this pack of Rennies was in my little pink pouch where I keep my Prada perfume. And I'm not joking, it was like I was eating the perfume. It was disgusting. Oh, even actually thinking about it, it was so strong. Love the perfume to death, but for God's sake, I don't want to bloody eat it. I'm assuming the Rennie that I popped maybe had like a slight hole in it, because I'd done another one and it was fine. But oh man, that was an experience to say the least. So it's T-4 days until I leave Australia. My flight's obviously in the morning, so I'm not really counting that. So it's technically only 3 days. I've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I've got a bucket list of things that I want to accomplish before leaving, and it's nothing too extravagant, let me just tell you. I want a chocolate cone from McDonald's, I want a frozen Coke, I want another Yochi, I want a Maxwell's ginger beer, an acai bowl, and I want a good few more coffees. Flat whites, oat milk, almond milk, you name it, I want it. So that list seems pretty doable, all involving food and blooming drink. So what is my grand plans today, you may ask? Well, I'm actually doing something later tonight that I am very, very anxious about. I have a job interview. It's for a job at home. I feel really cursed that I'm even talking about it. Like, I'm usually someone who, if they have like a driving test or an interview, I don't really say to people beforehand, because like I don't like pressure of letting like other people down and people knowing and then me being embarrassed, being like, oh, I didn't get it. So the fact that I'm even talking about it on YouTube is nuts, because like I usually get that secret. I'm very open and honest. Like, I've had a rough time with the job hunting, so I'm just gonna see how it goes, and if I don't get it, then it wasn't meant to be. I'm gonna try not be too disheartened. So over the past like week, because I got told about the interview this time last week, so I have drafted 5 pages of notes, like printed them off at the library yesterday, and the font's tiny, and I've typed it all up myself. I didn't use ChatGPT, like, because I wanted to create the answers myself, and these were just like questions that I thought that they might ask in relation to the job description. I think I've covered all bases. I printed the notes yesterday, so basically today I'm going to go to the library after I've had my breakfast, and I'm going to memorise the hell out of my notes, and I'm really hoping that I'm able to, because I chose all essay based subjects in school and at uni, and the whole basis of that education was based off of, can you memorise this 3,000 word essay, and can you rewrite it if the question was going to be different. And I was always able to do that. Like, you ask me anything about World War I or World War II and I've got it nailed, because I memorised all the textbooks. I am incredibly anxious about it. It's at 9 PM Oz time, so 2 PM UK time. It's good because the clocks have went forward in the UK. It was actually meant to be at 10 PM Oz time, and I still was just like, yeah, that's absolutely fine, because it's not their fault. I'm in Australia, like, having to accommodate. I was like, I'll do the accommodating. I woke up in a panic yesterday morning, like full on, like fluster, like 5:30. I was like, oh, the clocks went forward. That means my interview's at 11. Like, how on earth am I meant to be up 11 o'clock, 11 till 12, my interview? Not realising that it was actually taking an hour off for me. I thought it was adding an hour forward, and I'm usually asleep by 9. Like, I am lights out asleep. See, when it's coming to the end of the Married at First Sight episode, like the last 10 minutes of it, I'm like dozing. I'm like, this is too much for me. How am I going to manage to stay up? So hoping that I'll be asleep by 10 PM tonight, and oh, I'm really just hoping it goes well. I can only be myself, bubbly, enthusiastic. I'll just see what happens, but I'm nervous. My banging brekkie is the only thing getting me through.
Purpose, is it worth it when you're down and feeling deserted? Simple kind of feelings, they mean nothing when everything is fleeting. And all the things we think matter, they're disguised by all the world's chatter. And if you think you'd like to, I won't mind if you say no if you're inclined to. A compass with no turning point, a map with no sense of direction, GPS that somehow lost its voice, float around in midair, no suspension. I am trying to find my way, but
How cute was that little park? I very much needed it to take a proper break away from my head being down on that paper all day, like trying to memorise stuff. I pre-made my lunch, so I wouldn't buy anything at food court. I've got carrots, tuna and crackers, and then I've got a little plum as well. I'm going to sit, enjoy this, watch a vlog, and then get back to memorising. Low-key have a headache, so I'm really hoping this sorts me out. Carrots even had spot when cold. Back at the flat now. Carrots are boiling. Tea has been acquired. And a tub of watermelon. Unmatched experience. Crunchiness, sweetness. Absolute juicy. Right, I've prepared as best as I can. The bag's under my eyes right now. What the hell? It's not looking good, bruv. It's only 5:21 PM right now. And let me tell you, see, sitting waiting the full day, man, I'm not very much a person who likes, if she gets stuff to do, it gets done in the morning. Still got a long time till 9 PM, but I'm just going to try and keep my mind occupied, and then for the hour before, I'm going to have to put maths on hold and sit and just scan my notes again, and then I'll do the interview. And then I'm going right to sleep after it, so I will check back in with you in the morning. It's now the next day. It was 13 degrees today, this morning, walking to the gym. I was actually freezing. I was in shorts and my legs were covered in goosebumps. I did bring my beloved grey trackies with me when I left Scotland. However, in a state of fluster and being too hot, the trackies got left in Bangkok hotel room because I was like, they don't fit in my bag. I'm not going to fit those trackies in. Realistically, am I going to wear the trackies again? Could I just buy a new pair? And yep, I left them sitting on a hotel, which I might be low-key regretting now because I could have worn my trackies to the gym today. Update, how did last night's interview go? I think aspects of it went okay. Definitely showcased like my bubbly personality and like enthusiasm for the role, but there was a few questions that I did get stumped on, which is really, it's only natural. Like, you're under a pressured environment. Job interviews and like exams are so nerve-wracking, like you do just forget things, and it doesn't matter how much revision you could have done, you're not gonna know everything. If I'm being honest, I'm not feeling hopeful about it. I'm really trying not to think too much about it and like try and enjoy my last 3 days in Australia. I really struggle with like overthinking situations when like it's not even a big deal. Like, so for example, I'm now overthinking things that I've said during the interview, panicked when there's nothing I can do about it now. Like, it's done. I'm thinking, oh, I should have said this, I shouldn't have said this. Any normal person would probably be annoyed at themselves for like 10 minutes after the call, whereas like, I'm not lying. It kept me up all night. Went to the gym this morning, couldn't even focus on my workout, which is not like me. Like, my gym is usually my safe haven where I can switch off and forget all my life problems. I feel like crap today for some reason, and I know that's why, and I wish I was someone who didn't let things like that affect me. But if I'm gonna be honest, I do think it was partly because I've put more pressure on myself to secure a job, given what's been going on over the past like 2 months here, like constant job hunting. Like, I've changed my CV so many times, I've made so many different cover letters, I've really tried to put myself out there with so many jobs, and I've had no success. So I do think my confidence has been knocked. That might be why I'm taking this feeling like a bit too overwhelmed and rubbish about how I performed. Honestly, I can't really predict what I think the outcome's going to be. Truthfully, I don't think I've got it. That's totally fine. I'm actually used to rejection now. I think if I got a job offer, that would be a bigger shock than a rejection. You can tell I'm a glass half empty kind of gal. However, I portray myself to be a glass half full, but deep down I'm actually a glass half empty. Beauty of putting on a front, you would never know. What's my plans for today? So, I've just had my brekkie, I had my oats again. Best breakfast ever. The protein powder that I'm using is actually vanilla ice cream flavour. So, you couldn't get anything better in the morning. At some point when I'm home though, I am buying myself a Ninja Creamy. Like, I've already made that decision. I did want to buy it last year, but I knew that I was coming out travelling, so I didn't want to buy it and then have it sit around for ages. So I was like, I'll buy it when I'm home. and well, I'm going home, so I'm buying it at some point. A well-awaited gift to myself. I think I'm gonna get the train and head to Perth. Not too sure what I'll do there, but it's better than sitting around and continuing to overthink, riddle myself with anxiety, probably cry. I need to keep my mind busy and distracted. It's so weird because the train station is like literally in the middle of the motorway. Cars on this side, cars on this side. I've made it into Perth and I'm currently in the souvenir shop. I'm just gonna get some bits and bobs for my family back home, but they've got some pretty weird souvenirs in here. Let me show you. Kangaroo scrotum bottle opener. That is not something that you see every day. The texture of this was so weird. And then they had this claw back scratcher. That looks kind of lethal, but the one that I liked was this middle finger up bottle opener. That's pretty funky. A unique addition to any bar. My childhood was basically never being able to get one of these keyrings. They've actually got a Joanne and a Joe, but they're both spelled completely wrong. I always ended up having to get like a special friend if someone was buying it for me, because they're like, your name's never there. Hey, I got a frozen Coke. That's one thing ticked off the bucket list at least. That is so refreshing. It's actually better than a regular Coke. I'll show you what I picked up from the gift shop. These are called stubbies. They are for holding your bottles of beer to keep them cool. So it was 3 for $15. Got all the little like stamps slash postcardy bits on it. Got this one, which is cool. It's very authentic Australia. And then I got this one that says Perth Survival Kit. Number 1, place your favourite icy cold beer in holder. Number 2, crack open and administer fluid repeatedly. Number 3, warning, repeated dosages may induce vomiting. And then number 4, if this occurs, go back to step 1. So I thought that was quite funny. Definitely get used in my household because we're all beer drinkers. Or like cans, like keep your can of Coke Zero cool and everything, so they'll definitely be used, especially when we're sitting outside in the summer having a fire pit. Straight in, jeans off, comfy shorts on, cup of tea, freshly brewed. Oh yeah. I picked up this ginger beer. Ginger beer is actually really quite big here. The alcoholic ginger beer was what I mentioned when I was doing the bucket list. It's called a Maxwell's ginger beer. They have quite a lot of them. It's like Krabby's, but this is like so much better. You can't even taste the alcohol in it. Ginger beer is so good. I love how fiery it is. It's Okay, I'm gonna show you something that I have never seen before, and I am like the Lord of the Fruit. The Lord of doesn't remind me of the Lord of the Rings. It reminds me of Lord of the Harvest in this country.
Exactly the sort of thing the Lord of the Harvest should be doing. You know, getting in amongst your people, collecting the taxes thyself.
If you know, you know. It is a red pear. It's not an apple. It's a pear. It looks pretty bruised, I won't lie. It reminds me of the Zoe 101 episode where they mix a banana, they mix a banana and an apple and they call it a banapple. I was obsessed with trying to find one of those when I was a child. It looks like an apple, but it's actually a pear. Just tastes like a really good pear. It's also soft, a good mix of tangy and sweetness. Before I close off the vlog, I have a quick TV show recommendation that you have to watch. Like, no if, buts, maybes, you need to watch it. A few years ago, they released Jury Duty. So it was a TV show where everyone involved was an actor, except for one guy. One guy thought this situation was real. So basically, they ran a court case and he was serving as a juror. And the way they got away with filming it was they were saying, we're doing a documentary about what it's like to be a juror and if the jury system should still be in place for deciding whether someone goes to jail or not, whatever. So he knew that there'd be cameras around and that was the whole purpose of the job. So he wasn't suspicious or anything, but they stitched the poor guy up so bad. Like, it was all just a test to see how he would react to all these different situations. It was actually really quite sad when you think about it, and I did feel bad for him throughout, because it was sort of like the Truman Show. Like, there's ethical reasons why that's not good, but The guy got $100,000 at the end of it. He couldn't believe that what he just endured for the past few weeks. Anyway, it was a very interesting watch. They've brought out a second version of this. It's called Company Retreat. So basically, same concept. Everyone involved is an actor except for one guy. He's been hired as a temp, like an office temp. His job for the week is just to assist the HR guy in running the company retreat. They needed an extra pair of hands but didn't want to hire a full-time employee, that sort of thing. And they go on this company retreat and it's a fake company. Everyone involved is fake. Like, it's just so funny, and they obviously create all these situations on the retreat just to see how, like, how you react to them all, and some of them are absolutely ludicrous. I am not going to spoil any of it because I really highly recommend it. It's on Amazon Prime and it's called Jury Duty Presents Company Retreat. But if you've not watched Jury one, watch that one first, because it is really, really, really good and you'll understand a bit more about the concept. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. Can't believe I only have like 2 more full days left in Australia. What the heck? Time really does fly. Thailand seems like years ago. The watermelon smoothie taste has become a faint memory. I miss them. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in another cheeky little video.